Are you struggling to mingle up with high ups? Feeling nervous every time thinking about approaching the CEO of your company? Desperate for a clear roadmap to successful networking in your corporate? You're not alone. In this video, I shall share you a proven method developed and refined through countless failures and hard-earned successes over 12 years of working in a huge global company. These step-by-step strategies are designed for you to successfully connect with the senior leaders in your firm. No introductions needed. Are you ready to make a lasting impression and break through those barriers? Let's go. When I started at this global firm many years ago, my starting point is very low. There is a clear incentive for me to network. There was nobody in my social circle that was capable or willing to lead me through step by step. I feel so hard to get connected with people. I can always bang my head against the wall trying to figure out a way to do it. I told myself that I cannot take this anymore. What happened is I started to seek knowledge and practice social skills. Little by little, I finally figured out what was wrong in the very beginning. As I correct those mistakes little by little, the results started to show up. The first part is inner work. Self-efficacy, self-love, self-awareness. So much so for the inner work. Now let's talk about the outer work. The outer work is more of science and logical thinking. These are all very practical steps. I highly recommend to implement them immediately in your day-to-day life.
Just do it.
The first, body language. Keep a very strong and relaxed eye contact is very important. Relax your face, relax your jaws, and relax your shoulders. Try to monitor your body language from time to time during the conversation is very important. And you can always adjust yourself in the conversation. Every time you really notice that your nerves has driven you to have very tight facial expressions, losing contact, and tight shoulders or gestures. The second part is very important because a lot of the books about communication or negotiation has emphasized this so much, which is listening. Listening is not a passive activity, it's actually a very active action that we should engage with high effort. Only through listening we can get the information from the other side. It's either the information that we really want to learn from this person to solve our own problems or just to try to understand this person. So listening is very important. And attentional active listening actually leads to a stronger empathy. They kind of strengthen each other. The more active listening you practice, the more empathy you have because you tend to try to understand the other person's situation. And the more empathy you have, the more you would become better in listening because then you naturally want to know more about this person. Okay, pay attention now. Here comes the most important part. Before engaging anybody or any communication, there are two questions you should ask yourself and write down the answers so that you have a much clearer mind about this communication. The first question to ask is what the other person wants. Yes, what the other person wants.
What do you want?
Let's use the company CEO as an example. What does the CEO want in the context of the company that both of you worked at? The CEO really wants a capable, good person to be his employee. The CEO wants the employee to contribute to the firm. The CEO wants to know more information about the company, which actually can help him make decisions. The last and the most important thing, the CEO is a human being. He probably wants to have a good time too, as much as anybody else, including you. So after we understand what the CEO wants, the second question to ask ourselves is, what can we offer? Let's take the younger me as an example. I was an entry-level employee at this firm, so I probably do not have too much information that will benefit the CEO to make a decision. My entry-level work, in most of the time, is not probably that special or super inspirational to this person. So let's put them aside. What else I can offer? The first thing I can offer is the indication that I'm a good employee. I'm a valuable asset to this firm. What type of person is valuable? Understanding that, now we can work on ourselves to make ourselves more valuable by having more ambition, by work harder, by have more confidence in our own work, by make more achievement in what we do. Then we will have higher self-esteem and trust in our self-efficacy before we engage in the conversation. And this takes time. Then at last, we have the value that most people are capable to offer. That is a good time. I believe everybody has this intrinsic value of human beings. You have your own characters and personalities. There will be people who who likes you. It may not be that CEO. It can be some other senior leader. Your approach to connect to the senior person is to find the person who will like who you really are. And that is a fundamental base to build a meaningful relationship on. If you fake it, even you got a connection to this senior leader, I can guarantee you that the relationship is not going to work out and it'll be a waste of time and energy for both of you. So for your own benefit, be yourself and confidently seek people who will actually be interested in who you are. And I guarantee you that there are some senior leaders in the firm who will enjoy who you are and who would enjoy to spend time with you. And that's the value you can offer them. In addition to just be who you are, you can even offer more value in terms of good time by improving your communication skills and by engaging more activities in your life, making yourself a valuable and interesting person. So in sum, the most important thing before directly engage a senior leader in your company is to understand what do they really want and what I can offer. Let's think about why a person, especially a busy senior person, would want to spend time with us. They're very busy. They could spend the time to do everything else. There are many other things that they could spend the time on, which we requested them to spend with us. So why? Why do they want to do that? It has to be spending time with you is more valuable, is a better choice than the other choices. Because of that, it comes to these two questions. Finally, I would like to touch on a very practical approach that everybody can apply. The first thing is pay close attention to what the leader is talking about. To be a good employee, you would like to understand what's the vision of the leaders so that you can align yourself with that. Naturally, the information itself is very important and helpful. And we all know that in big firms, there are all kinds of town halls and online meetings. From time to time, we directly hear from or see the senior leaders, carefully listening to what they say, because what they said are the vision of the future development of this firm, which naturally is very important to you as an employee of the firm. By understanding the vision and the information, you can adjust your behavior, actions, and align them to the vision, and which will bring you great results. So naturally, you should listen carefully. The second thing is that by listening carefully, now you understand what the senior leader is thinking. That will become the point where you can start a conversation with this person. And the third thing, whenever there is a chance to ask a question, make sure that you ask a question. You're not asking a question to impress this person. If that's your intention, it's not going to work. You want to ask a question because you work in this firm and you care about your career. If you really care about your career at the company, there has to be questions that you want to know the answer. There has to be problems that you want to figure out the solution but feel hard to. There gotta be something that you want to know and the answers will benefit you directly. Find those questions and ask those questions whenever there's a chance. Once you've done those, after hearing the senior leaders talking, send a cold email to this person directly. In the email, refer to what you have learned from the senior leader today, and also write down your understanding about it and how it's going to impact you. And then, if you have asked a question, that'll be a great thing to put in the email to remind the senior person who you really are. And trust me, usually the senior leaders recognize who you really are, and the responding rate for the email will increase by a lot. And then genuinely write down what you want from this person and from this conversation.
This! I want this!
Usually it's that you want to perform better in your role, you want to grow. So you want to learn from people and you want to get more information from this person. Referring to the answers that you've written down to the two questions that you ask yourself before engaging in this email. What does he want and what you can offer? You can write it down in a light or even funny way. That'll make it even better.
You want to know me?
Don't forget, in the end, you thank this person and you truly appreciate that he did spend time to offer you the topic he discussed in the meeting, and potentially he's going to spend time to read your email. Even if he's not going to respond to your email because he's busy or he doesn't like you.
So what?
With the ideal result or not, appreciate people's time. So this is an interesting topic. There will be so much more that I can talk about it. If you're interested, please leave a comment. Let me know if there is anything else in terms of how to network in the corporate world that you would like to know. Remember, I said that in the beginning of my career, I feel so struggle with networking with people. Since I figured out and implemented what I talked about today, I've got many great results in a very short time. I was able to connect several people who ranks 4 levels or more higher than me within only a couple of months. And a few of them became my mentor and meet with me on a regular basis. Oh, finally, There is a quick suggestion. Every time you have a successful first meeting, coffee chat, or whatever, if the conversation goes really well, if the person likes you, then invite this person to introduce you to more people. That can actually help you to solve the problems or answer the questions that you mentioned during the conversation you had with this person. And trust me, this will expand your network really, really fast, exponentially fast. So I actually built a system of networking. I implemented everything I talked about in this video plus something else into this system. And what I do is that I go through the system and execute based on what the result of the system gives me. It has been automatic and no-brainer. It just brings me great results of networking, non-stopping, every week. So I will share this system from this channel in the future as soon as I finish building my personal website. If you do not want to miss it, make sure to subscribe. So at the end of this video, I would like to say to improve your networking skills and get great networking results takes time. It's a process. Because I had no direct guidance, it took me almost a decade. For you, it'll be faster, but it will still take time. Don't worry about it doesn't work immediately. Just put effort into doing it, into improving it. As the time goes by, in the long term, you'll get the result you want. This is the end of the video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.